Welcome back, everybody, to the Kala podcast. We deliver campus news and provide entertainment for Honolulu Community College. I am your host, Chris, and today I am joined by Alan.
Hello.
Joining us for today is a successful local artist and owner of Creative Natives, Ashton Nicolas, who just released his debut single, Find Me. Thank you, Ashton, for joining
Thank
us.
you for writing the article, by the way. And yeah, which one of you guys posted that or wrote that
I
up?
did.
Oh, that guy.
Right on, Alan. Hey, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I
how
saw
did you?
I saw Hawaii News now. I was like, oh, we gotta do something about this.
Okay, you seen that?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that a lot of people told me that they saw that segment, and yeah, I'm glad I did that. Just get more opportunities, and I didn't even know that you guys did all this podcasting and
Yeah.
Yeah, all of this is done. We just started last semester, so
cool. That's
yeah,
awesome.
and everything is online, so we had to do something.
Yeah, there you go. Keep engagement going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's trippy because I've been on campus, working on campus.
So you're still on HCC then?
Yeah. I'm working in the garden and stuff.
You still taking classes, or it's just
Yeah,
working?
still taking classes. On the melee program though, they canceled all the classes this semester because of low enrollment. So
Mm,
there's no melee classes.
I see.
But I'm taking my prereq still.
So what first inspired you to go into music?
Well, I grew up on music on the radio. So like local Hawaiian reggae music, and it kind of started for me in elementary school. I think fourth or fifth grade is when I started learning the ukulele and the recorder as well at the same time. At my school at St. Teresa, I went to St. Teresa on School Street,
Mm-hmm.
and my music teacher, Mrs. Bernie, she's a legend. Her son does music too, and her husband used to be my middle school basketball coach. And she basically was a music teacher for the whole school, right? Like at mass, at
Right.
church, we'd be doing like vocal exercises on the grand piano, with like getting the whole school to like chime in, right? Um, so I was in like choir and music ministry, all throughout school. So I think that's where I kind of honed in on my musical interest.
And then when you went to college, you knew you went to Malay, or did you learn about Malay? Like, how did you know that?
So after St. Teresa, I went to Damien, and I joined beginning band. I learned how to play the saxophone. I taught myself how to play the guitar, and I was still jamming ukulele. But once I came back, I ended up traveling for like 4 or 5 years before coming back home, and then lived here for a couple years, kind of like just working, figuring out what I wanted to do, and I decided to go back to school and just take that experience on. And I had learned about the Mela program before, and I knew about them, so I wanted to get my knowledge on music business right and kind of align that with my debut as a solo artist. So I'm real intentional with it, with the decisions I make and the people I meet, and it's working out for me so far.
What made you start your own business?
Um, it kind of just, man, half of it had to do with it being one of my projects for I forget which Mele class, what it was, a publishing class, and our final was to create a publishing company and pitch an original song. And so, for the rest of the class, it was hypothetical kind of a project, right? But I went through with it all. One of the tiers to go through was like knowing how to register your business, and it was real practical stuff. So I just did it in real time, alongside the project, and I'm learning. That song that I dropped was under my own label, and I think for this business is such a broad concept, creative natives, right? It's such a broad thing that I can do a lot of things under that umbrella of a business, right? And I have a lot of plans, a lot of new things in store. So hopefully I can get people on board with that project.
Sounds great. And would you mind explaining a little bit about Creative Natives for those who don't know?
Creative Natives is a grassroots organization. It's basically a platform for Black, Indigenous people of color to tell their own story, write their own narratives, to give us local people our own platform to, yeah, like I said, just tell our own stories, because there is the issue of like misrepresentation in the mainstream. Um, so I want to just, if I don't want other people to like tell our stories, I might as well just make my own platform for us to tell our own stories, because when it comes down to it, we have a lot of, everyone has a story to tell, but I feel like Black, Indigenous people of color are, they have the most inspiring stories that talk about bouncing back from, oppression and corruption and things like that. And so Creative Natives is really, the mission is to really just reconnect people to their roots and their genealogy, and learn about who they are in the context of wherever that may be, right? And that can be global, right? I'm just starting in Hawaii, but this can be like a global concept that people can get on board with, right? So
Yeah, I love that. I like that.
so to kind of like lay it out, I guess we are, I'm kind of starting off as a record label and publishing company, music production company. So doing like the publishing side and the marketing stuff. And then I'm also kind of doing a lifestyle brand type of thing. So I just dropped these shirts. I'm gonna do some hats and stickers and kind of a lifestyle brand, and then yeah, like I said, you can do so much more. I'm gonna start doing a blog too, kind of like a support local blog, highlighting just kind of like how your guys' article was on my song. I'm gonna reach out to different local artists and music artists and different types of artists and nonprofits, and like I said, so much. I can ramble on about it, but I just have so much ideas, and I'm so excited to get this project moving along. So thank you for giving some light to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we're glad that you're trying to grow your business. So
Yeah.
when you first started this business, what kind of struggles you had?
Oh man. I think I just kind of started it not yet learning what it took to run a business. I just kind of, me registering it and going through those like official motions kind of gave gave me the reason to like really push to learn about it, and to learn as I go, and that's pretty much how business really works. But I'm glad that I had leverage, and by that I mean like the classes I took at the Mela program, the business classes. I'm glad I had that information, and I was able to use it like immediately into my business, right? I was going like in line while everyone else was doing like a hypothetical project. And so, it's cool to watch it grow. I'm really watching it grow as I put more light and more people kind of showcase this project. So yeah, man, I'm excited for it.
It's awesome. It's awesome to see that, the things that the projects we do at school, this is not just, for the grade. It's a way to start how you want to live too. And I think that's a lot of things that a lot of people don't really know about high school or college, right? It's that, oh, it's just a way to learn, but it's a way to start how you want to live and how you want to make your legacy in the world, right?
Yeah, and that's another thing too, right? Going in straight out of high school, kind of, a lot of people don't really know that about themselves. They have yet to learn about what they want to do, and they go into school kind of just, not knowing what they want to do and wasting. I feel like a lot of people waste their time. So I'm just grateful that I was able to take like a 6 year break, 6 year gap to learn about the world and my world views and travel and learn about myself. And so when I learned about the Mela program and for me going back into school after 6 years, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew how I needed to do it. And I'm halfway to graduation and hopefully I can push through and so I have I'm not just lollygagging wondering what my major is going to be. So yeah.
Awesome. And then you mentioned that you released your debut single, right? Find Me.
Yeah, I released it on January 22nd, 12221. I think that was a memorable date. I put that on that one. So uh it's been doing really good. I've been getting a lot of support from everybody, all of my friends and family and friends that I made abroad. So hopefully, I can get some airplay. One of the radio DJs finally reached out. I'm so glad that he did. Um, but hopefully we'll get some airplay soon. I just, you know, if people want to request it, that'll be a huge help on the radio or any place and just stream it. And yeah, man, it's my first one. Hopefully, I can come up with some new bangers in the future, and we'll see where this thing takes me.
Yeah, I mean, can't wait to hear you on the radio. Like,
Yeah,
because
sure.
That's
I
a
know
dream.
someone who also aspires to be a local artist. He does
Oh
kind of
yeah,
get like a rap music, and
who's that?
I think he goes by Ro.
Oh,
Yeah,
I heard of him.
yeah. So he just released a
Mm.
new song called Kodak Moment, and now his song is being played all over the radio.
My friend
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
amazing.
yeah.
my friend just showed me that song. I think. Yeah, my roommate. That's crazy. Yeah, I love see. That's why I love like networking, and it's such a small island. It's so easy to network, and I feel like the past few years I've been in Hawaii, I was really intentional on networking and just showing face, pre-COVID, going out to the shows and meeting the right people, putting myself in the right position to get opportunities like I am getting now, right?
Right.
So yeah, man. It's
Awesome.
fun. The fun industry to be in. And I'm glad I have business knowledge from the Mela program to fall back on because at the end of the day, like that's what a lot of artists kind of wish they had. I feel like unless they have the money to hire out, like their own personal assistant and business, so consultant or whatever. I can be that guy, right? So for myself and for others, and that's what I want to do with Creative Native. So yeah, a lot of things with it. A lot of things can do.
That's cool. So you don't just, I guess now make your own music and then you run a business and then now you're in school as well, but you also give ukulele lessons, right?
Yeah, I give ukulele lessons under that business, so
Mhm.
that would fall under like the Creative Native Studios, right? I give I have all this gear and the means to give ukulele lessons, but I give private ukulele lessons, and I also work for Mana Maoli. I'm sure you've heard of that organization. It's cool because they're directly connected with our Mele program, and they take curriculum to be taught to like the Hawaiian charter school kids. So I'm teaching middle school, and to learn it from these like college grade professors and to reiterate it back to middle schoolers, like that experience in itself is I learned so much from just that. And so it really like sticks to my head when I'm like learning it and then immediately teaching it to middle schoolers. So the experience that I'm having right now is just so cool, and it's yeah, I'm grateful for it.
Right. So do you do it online or do you do face to face?
Yeah, everything's virtual now. I had a few students face to face, but right now it's all virtual and getting used to it. It can be really draining to be on the screen all day, every day, especially working on like my business and doing homework, and so it helps to get out of the house and go up to the mountain and the sea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is music something you want to do for the rest of your life?
Definitely, it's definitely something I want to do with the rest of my life. I want to, like how I'm teaching right now, I want to be able to run a nonprofit and do like programs for the youth that, you know, I was the kid to bring the ukulele around everywhere he went when I was growing up, to like the beach, practice, school, all over. So, I tried to take some type of Roy Sukuma classes, but that environment wasn't really my thing. So I want to provide a program for the youth in Kalihi, which is where I'm from. I'm glad that the Mellet program is at HCC, and that I went to high school right across the street, and I grew up right up in the valley, and it's all connected. So this is the place I want to give back to, and hopefully I can get a system in place to where it can run itself eventually. I don't have to necessarily be there, but yeah, man. Next month I'm supposed to submit a proposal on doing a summer series for a program at Hilo. They reached out to me and they want me to like put together a whole like ukulele series online to like the community out in Hilo. So that's kind of my first pilot program. I'm gonna test out the waters with that.
Nice. So to those who are listening right now, and who might want to start their own business, what have you learned that you want to give them advice
Oh
on?
man, yeah, I just wrapped up just passed my first year of being in business, and I would highly suggest just to do your research and to learn as much about what you need to do to prepare. And the better you prepare, the more time you're gonna save for yourself in the future, because learning as you go is definitely one way to go about it, but preparation and research, you can't beat that. And the other thing is just don't give up. Don't ever give up. It's gonna get real hard, especially with all the math and the numbers and paperwork and things like that. But that's what it takes, and you just gotta know what it takes to do it. So do your research, prepare, and don't give up.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashton, for joining us, and don't forget to check out Find Me, his debut single on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. And don't forget to check him out on IG at Ashton Nicolas Live. And you can check out his website, creativenativeshi.com/Ashton Nicolas.
Awesome. Just a couple of reminders to students. Whenever you're coming to campus, make sure to use the Lumicite app. You guys can use the online version. That campus is at lumicite.com, or you guys can download the app available at Apple and Google. Make sure you guys wear a mask, and if you guys want to make an appointment for your counselors, make sure to use Star Balance. For more information on campus updates and available services, make sure to visit honolulu.hawaii.edu/COVID-19 services.
And students, do you want to help make fun campus events, run campus media, or want to make a difference for HonCC? Consider becoming a student leader just like all of us. Email hccsod@hawaii.edu on how to apply. Although the submission deadline has passed, you can still submit artwork to be featured in the upcoming issue of the Art and Soul magazine. We accept late submissions, but act now soon because we're going to start production on the magazine. You can submit at tinyurl.com/hccartandsoul.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram to be on the loop for more HonCC events at HonCC_SLT and at HCC Kala News. Make sure to visit dakala.net for HonCC News. Thank you guys again for listening to Kala Podcast. You guys can listen in on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, and Anchor. New episodes out every Monday. See you guys next time.
This one's lubricated to all the girls and guys who want from Hauka to Mackay in HI. Each and every time. Alright.
From the my bounty to the sea. That's why you find me, find me. That's why you find me. From the ocean to the valleys. That's why you find me, find me. That's why you find me. I'll be climbing a tree, jumping in a river. Waterfall so cool that I shiver. Headed and down the Ahupua, from Kilohana down to Mukawea. All of me sisters and me brothers live off the landing, nothing better. No matter condition or weather, island people do it well proper. From the mountain to the sea. That's why you find me, find me. That's where you find me. From the ocean to the valleys. That's why you find me, find me. That's where you find me. Surf all day, play music all night. But in Hawai'i, now you gotta work sometimes. Sometimes overtime, sometimes you got no time to surf all day, play music all night. Till the vibe is nice, I'll keep doing it right. Kanika pila till the morning light. Spark up the vibe, now the vibe is high. Give them surprises for the silent life. From the my bounty to the sea. That's why you find me, find me. That's why you find me. From the ocean to the valleys. That's why you find me, find me. That's where you find me. Find me, find me.
In the mountains where you
Find me, find me.
in the oceans where you
Find me, find me.
Kalihi Valley you can
Find me, find me.
in the Hawaii you can
Find me, find me.
island hopping you can
Find me, find me.
in the stereo
Find me, find me.
feeling irate you can
Find me, find me.
Iron vibes every time. Big up all our idol lovers of the land every time. Yellow. Nice vibes, nice vibes. It's a crucial sound.
Sorry, let me just drink this water real quick. Are we all recording and all set now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay,